Less than 2.5 years ago, in this, my hometown of Clinthorpe, I opened my very first grog shop. Now today, this shop makes the 50th. We'll be selling our usual full range of utterly useless rubbish, square hoops, square footballs, cruet sets with no holes, blank books, fattening foods for masochists on diets, silent LPs. We'll be introducing 3 new silent LPs. We Aren't the Champions, You'll Always Walk Alone, and Songs from a Trappist Monastery. There'll also be an exciting new range of useless car stickers, like We've Been to the Shop That Sells Car Stickers, We Haven't Been Anywhere, and This Sticker Doesn't Stick. But you're going to hear me waffling away all day when there's all this magnificent rubbish inside to be bought, so without further ado, I will call upon my wife, Elizabeth, to perform the opening ceremony.
I declare the 50th branch of Grot well and truly open. God bless her and all who make sales in her.
Bit of a turn-up, eh, darling? I open my 50th shop and CJ goes on the dole.
I suppose you'll offer him a job.
Well, I did say if he was ever in trouble, I'd see what I could do, yes.
Well, there's still no jobs for me. We were supposed to be a partnership of equals, remember? And all I do is to follow you about and look pretty.
CJ couldn't do that, could he? Yeah, no, it's funny, isn't it, you know? 25 years under his thumb. It's now my chance to get my own back. Mind you, of course, I shall be magnanimous and generous. I shan't rub it in. Well, not very far in, anyway.
You have jobs for all and sundry, but not for me. You just like me to stay at home and cook your precious supper.
Oh, no, darling, no, not all and sundry. Only CJ, and possibly Tony Webster. Incidentally, what is for supper?
Nothing, until you name a date for me to start work.
Look, darling, I've told you, the moment a suitable vacancy crops up, it's yours, all right?
Oh, by the way, Jimmy rang. He's in London finding new recruits for his secret army.
Oh, my God.
So I asked him to dinner tomorrow.
Good. Darling, I may be a little late tomorrow. Do you by any chance remember a secretary I had called, Joan, I think it was?
She came round here one Sunday when I was in Worthing visiting Mother. You took her upstairs, the whole family came round, and she had to climb down the drain pipe.
Well, her marriage to Tony Webster's broken up. She's working at the Glycerol Ointment Company at Godalming. I said I'd have just a very, very quick drink with her tomorrow at the Dissipated Kipper. Yes.
And offer her a job?
No, of course, no, absolutely. But I might offer her a job. Look, darling, I can't stand that Miss Erith anymore. I mean, I can't even bring myself to say 22 minutes late, fractured points at East Molesey. I mean, there's nothing in her personality to encourage such intimacy.
Intimacy is the reason for having a secretary, is it?
Oh, no. Joan is more efficient than Miss Erith.
And there's still no job for me.
Oh. Well, I couldn't very well make you my secretary, could I? I mean, I'd like to, but it's a partnership of equals, remember?
So I just have to stay at home and cook the supper.
Darling, don't go on and on about the supper. You want to be careful. You're going to get a supper fixation. Incidentally, what is for supper?
Nothing, until you name a definite date for me to start work.
Darling, I told you soon. Isn't that definite enough for you?
No.
I'm sorry, I refuse to negotiate under duress. And even Mrs. Len Murray wouldn't refuse to cook the supper. I will not discuss your career when there's something like the sword of Damocles hanging over my head. No, it's absolutely ridiculous. June the 1st. Fine names. Morning, Miss Erith. 22 minutes late. Fractured. Doesn't matter.
Mail's all sorted, Mr. Perrin.
Thank you.
Special.
Thank you very much. CJ Blancmange Towers, 23, San Francisco. CJ Perrin here. CJ Perrin here, Reggie Perrin, yes, on red. Yes, CJ, just a vague... Huh? Oh, thank you, yes. Yes, 50 shops now, yes. Yes, sorry to hear about your little troubles. Just like bankruptcy, yes. Yes, there's just a vague possibility I might be able to offer you a job, CJ. When will it be convenient for you to come and see me? Tuesday the 1st at 10. Fine, make it Friday the 4th at 3. Goodbye. Perrin here. Now, I'm on yellow. Would you come in, please? Miss Ellis, there you are. Would you order me a Flexi-Sit executive armchair from Flexifoam Furnishings at Farnborough? I want it by Friday the 4th at 3.
Certainly, Mr. Perrin. Mr. Biggs rang. He can only make 600 rungless ladders by Tuesday.
That's no use. Tell me he must step up production. No, step-up production. It's a sort of play on... You enjoy working for me?
I haven't really thought about it, Mr. Perrin. It doesn't come into it.
No, quite, yes, sorry. It's so silly of me, yes. I'm so pleased with your work, Miss Elliot. I feel it's mean of me to keep you all to myself. We 1 or 2 new people starting here shortly. I thought I might share you round a bit. Would you mind that?
Make no difference to me.
Yeah, that's what I rather thought. Good, good. Well, the CJ I have in mind, the man I have in mind is very good. I think you'll get on very well with him. Yes, yes. I'm sure you'll hit it off together like a house on fire.
Thank you, Mr. Perrin.
This is nice.
Yes, yes. And so's this, if you don't mind propellers. Have you noticed he's got one on his lip? Joan, I've got a proposition to make.
Oh, that sounds promising.
I'll give you 50% more than you're getting at the moment. Money, I'm offering you a job.
Oh, I see.
Yes. There's only... What did you think I was talking about? How is work?
Oh, it's pretty grim.
No.
My boss is a big man in ointments. I type letters about wonder cures for blackheads and acne.
Oh.
He's also the fly in the ointment. He's as randy as nobody's business. A bad case of straying hands.
Talking of straying hands, Joan, I was sorry to hear about you and Tony.
Oh, I'd rather not talk about that.
Yes, of course. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes. There's only one thing, as I say...
10 days of marriage, still on honeymoon, and he goes off with a Finnish model.
Yes. There's just one thing
the length and breadth of the Helsinki raver.
There's just one thing I want to say, Joan. This is a purely professional offer of a job, and whatever happened before must not happen again. Huh?
Well, nothing happened before.
No, what almost happened before mustn't almost happen again.
I see.
Yes. And if you think those conditions will be too difficult to fulfill...
No, I think I should be able to be in close proximity to you without feeling irresistible desire.
Oh, good. Well, that's most satisfactory.
I would have to make some conditions as well in that case.
Oh, yes, of course, John. Yes, fire away, please.
Well, you would have to give me no lecherous glances, no furtive looks when I cross my legs, and no straying hands helping me into my coat at night.
Yes, I think that's fair enough, John. Perfectly right. In that case, I think I ought to impose one further condition, phase 3, as it were, of our social contract. If I'm not to look at you crossing your legs, you mustn't cross your legs.
Oh. I think that sounds fair enough, Mr. Perrin.
Good.
But won't it be a bit uncomfortable? Sitting there not touching each other and not looking at each other, not crossing our legs.
It'll still be better than Miss Elliot. Well, here's to it then. Cheers, John. And you can start on, shall we say, June the 1st?
Oh.
Good. And as the conditions are not strictly binding as yet in our contract...
Thank you, Mr. Perrin.
Oh, thank you. Same again?
Oh.
There, Perrin, on yellow. Yes? Yes, Miss Elliot, yes. Yes, right. Put him on green, would you? Thank you. Tony, I just... Tony, Tony, yes, just a minute. I told you to put him on green, you put him on red, because I'm on yellow. Tony Webster, Reggie Perrin here. There's a vague possibility I might be able to offer you a job. Come and see me on Tuesday the 1st of 10, would you? Right, thank you. Bye. Yes, Perrin, on yellow. Hello, yes. Yes, CJ's arrived. Good, show me. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make him sweat outside the door. 5, 6, 7, 8. Always pays to make them wait. 9, 10. Come! CJ, come in. Good to see you, Do sit down, CJ. Thank you, Richard. That damn new chair, most embarrassing, CJ. Right, the perils of buying British.
Absolutely, yeah.
Cigar, CJ?
Oh, help yourself. Thank you, Reggie.
Yes. Well, we meet in altered circumstances, CJ.
We do indeed.
The slings and arrows of outrageous fortune.
I couldn't have put it better myself.
The night is darkest before the storm.
Precisely. I didn't get where you are today without knowing the night is darkest before the storm.
Now, CJ, tell me, do you think you can work happily with me as your boss?
Reggie, you asked me a straight question. I'm going to give you a straight answer. I've always taken great pains not to talk in cliches.
You have, CJ?
Mrs. CJ and I have always avoided cliches like the plague.
Absolutely, CJ.
A cliche to me is like a red rag to a bull. However, there is the exception that proves the rule, and there is a cliche which fits my situation like a glove.
And that is?
Necessity is the mother of intention.
Very apt.
In other words, Reggie, I am forced to consider working for you. What's your offer?
The same in real terms as you gave me at Sunshine Desserts.
You drive a hard bargain, Reggie.
Yes, CJ. I want you to work on our new expansion into Europe, Eurogrot. And you will be directly accountable to our head of expansion, brackets, Europe, brackets. Huh?
I'll take the job.
Good, fine, that's splendid. I've got a nice, friendly secretary lined up for you. And you can start on, shall we say, June the 1st? Splendid, that'll give us time to get an office ready for you.
Ah, yes, I'm a bit of a stickler for offices. I didn't get where you are today without being a bit of a stickler for offices. I'll get something like this.
Good heavens, no. You'll get something like you gave me at Sunshine Desserts. You always said how nice it was.
Well, there's one consolation, Reggie. I shan't have to work with that upstart Tony Webster.
Yes, quite.
I was wrong about him, Reggie. An upstart. The older he gets, the younger he tries to talk.
Absolutely. Incidentally, CJ, that's a grot ashtray you're using. It's got no bottom. Yes, one of our best sellers, CJ.
You sound me.
Yes, now there's just one more point, CJ.
Yes?
Do you think you can take on a new and challenging job in a highly modern business concept with drive and enthusiasm?
I'm sure I can.
Good, because we aren't one of those dreadful firms that thinks a man's old-fashioned just because he's over 50. Goodbye, CJ. Miss Erith, would you return this Flexi-Sit executive armchair to Flexifoam Furnishings of Farmer? It is faulty. Thank you. Hello. Yes, absolutely, yes. Well, I'm on red. Yes, just a moment. Yes, come in. Yes, I'm on green. It's sort of bluish. Yes, bye-bye. Tony, come in. Do sit down. Thanks. Well, I was awfully sorry to hear about Sunshine Desserts.
Dramatic happenings in Jelly City. Sensation in Triflesville.
Yes. Almost exactly how I'd have put it, yes. And help yourself to a cigar.
No, thanks, Reggie. Health City.
Yes. And what are you planning to do next?
Well, I've had lots of fantastic offers.
Yes, of
Don't know which one to take.
Yes, so my offer of a job is rather pointless.
Well, look, this is cards on the table city.
Yes.
Obviously, in the long term, Tony Webster's still the lad. He's the kiddie.
Absolutely no question, but in the short term?
Nothing.
That's what I think. Now, I can offer you a job starting on, shall we say, June the 1st, Tony?
Great.
Good, splendid, and I hope you'll enjoy working with us here.
Well, I'll enjoy it more than I did at Sunshine Desserts, I can tell you. I'd had CJ up to there. At least I won't be seeing him again.
Yes, quite. Talking of Sunshine Desserts, you know, Tony, I accidentally bumped into Joan the other day. She is an attractive woman, isn't she?
Oh, sure. It's got good form. Nice pair of Bristols on it.
Tony, don't you think it would be rather nicer to say of the woman who, after all, is still your wife, she's a charming, attractive lady, rather than, sure, it's got good form, nice pair of Bristols on it?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Reggie, you're right. It's just that I really mucked the whole thing up, you know. I'm afraid that's someone else I'd rather not see again.
Yes, quite, yes. Miss Edith, would you say... I'm on yellow. Would you send in head of expansion brackets, UK brackets? Thank you. Your new boss.
Great.
Yes.
Who?
David Harris-Jones.
What?
Yes, David Harris-Jones.
You mean I'm to be under David Harris-Jones?
Yes.
Hell's bells.
Yes. Come. There.
Hello, Reggie. Hello, Tony. Super.
Tony's coming to work with us.
Super.
He'll be working under you, David.
Under me?
Yes.
Hell's bells.
Yes.
Great. Super.
The great day has come, darling. June the 1st has dawned.
At last.
Yes, we've got a nice big office, lovely big office. On the door it says Elizabeth Perrin, head of expansion brackets, Europe brackets. I'll introduce you to your assistant. He's an awfully nice chap. You'll get on awfully well. Go on, darling. There's your handbag.
Thank you, darling. Umbrella.
Thank you, darling. Umbrella.
Thank you, darling. Briefcase.
Thank you, darling. Briefcase.
Thank you, darling.
Have a good day at the office. I will. Back at the usual time. Yes. Good morning, Joan. Welcome to Perrin's Products.
Thank you, Mr. Perrin.
22 minutes late, obstacles on the line of Berrylands. When you have a moment to spare, could you retrieve my umbrella, which is hanging on a parking meter in Cobbler's Lane? And the meter does not need feeding. Thank you. Well, take a letter. To the manager of all grot shops, dear sir. No, don't cross your legs.
Sorry, Reggie.
That's all right. To the manager... You better not call me Reggie either, Mr. Perrin from now on.
Sorry, Mr. Perrin.
That's all right, Joan. To the manager of all grot shops...
If I'm not to call you Reggie, Mr. Perrin, perhaps you shouldn't call me Joan.
Good point, Joan. Mrs. Webster.
Oh, no, I don't want to be called that. I've reverted to Miss Greengross.
Oh, I see. Right, Miss Greengross. And to the managers of all grot shops, dear sir, we are shortly introducing our new range of non-stick glue, which... Joan, Miss... My wife, Mrs. Perrin, no, don't cross your legs, is starting work here today. When you do bump into us... Yes, come in. Oh, darling, how are you?
Hello, darling.
This is my new secretary, darling, Joan.
Not exactly new, darling. Hello.
No, not exactly new, darling. More than old, darling. An old secretary.
Oh, well, we're old friends, darling. Joan's been to our house. Oh, yes, so I have. Unfortunately, I was away at the time, darling.
Yes, that was unfortunate, yes. CJ, come in. Ah! Elizabeth?
CJ.
Joan?
CJ.
Yes, you all started work this morning. Isn't that nice?
CJ isn't...
Yes. He's your assistant.
Oh. Lovely.
You don't sound pleased with the prospect.
Oh, yes, of course I am, but I just don't like being presented with the fait accompli.
Let's hope that I'm not a fait accompli worse than death.
Oh, that's very good, CJ. Very amusing. Very droll. Yes, come. Ah,
Tony!
CJ!
Tony!
Joe,
You didn't tell me they were working here!
They all started work this morning. Isn't it nice? We're going to be one big happy family.
Super.
An extensive range of grot shops in Holland. In fact, my wife is at this very moment in Amsterdam with her assistant, and we are already preparing publication of our new Dutch dictionary, in which every word of the Dutch language will be alongside its equivalent in Dutch.
It's meaningless, Mr. Perrin.
Exactly, it's double Dutch. Do you know, Joan, when I started you here on the same day as Tony in adjoining offices, I thought you might bring you together, but no.
He hasn't spoken to me, Mr. Perrin.
Well, from my knowledge of human nature, I think it's possibly because he thinks he's made a bit of a muck up of it and doesn't quite know how to speak to you.
Oh, well, I ought to make him notice me. Perhaps I ought to try to make him jealous, Mr. Perrin.
Now that is a make him think of you as an attractive and desirable woman, yes, which of course you are, yes.
I ought to go out with another man.
Now that is good thinking, Joan, yes.
Walk past Tony's flat, have a little kiss, just enough to make him jealous.
Yeah, very good idea. Yes. Now, the question is, which man? That's the thing,
Needs to be somebody safe.
Yeah, of course, yes, somebody's safe, yes.
Somebody married, even.
That's it, somebody safe, somebody married.
With his wife away,
yes.
Lonely but safe.
Perfect. Somebody safe, somebody married, with his... Oh, so absolutely out of the question. No, remember our social contract.
Well, surely our social contract can be breached, Mr.
Breached? Exactly. Phase 3, Joan, phase 3. No, I'm sorry, no. Absolutely out of the question. You're quite sure that's his flat?
Yes.
Right. Now, just one kiss, just enough to make him jealous, right? Right, that's enough. Now let's walk across the golf course just to make sure. Joan, I'm sure we've made him jealous enough by now. Honestly, Joan.
Morning, Mr. Perrin.
22 minutes late, a badger ate a junction box at New Malden. I slipped into Tony's office on the way in.
Oh, good.
Yes, I said, just come in to check your invoice manifests, Tony. Actually feeling a bit stiff, as a matter of fact. Went for a rather long, pleasant walk last night with Joan. Funnily enough, we went past your place. You may have seen us. And...
What did he say?
He said he was out.
Well, maybe it is a bit too public to make him jealous. I wonder, may I come over to your house this evening?
Come over to me? Just certainly not. You remember what nearly happened last time? Good enough. I'm sorry. That was absolutely my last word. No. Sherry?
Why not?
Yeah. You're absolutely right, of course, Joan. Yes, now that I'm balanced and successful and happy in this way, of course we can meet without anything happening just to make Tony jealous, of course, yes. Cheers. Yes. I bet he's eating his heart out at this very moment.
Imagining all sorts of dreadful goings-on.
Yes, not realising what, in fact, controlled, respectable adults we are.
Speak for yourself.
Joan, no, please.
Do you remember the last time I was here, Reggie?
Yes, of course I can. Not likely to forget it, am I? It's not every day a beautiful lady comes to my house, I take her upstairs and the whole family comes. She has to climb down the drainway.
You were very relieved when they all came round.
Of course, I wasn't relieved. You'd be silly.
I bet if I said, come upstairs now, you would be terrified.
Of course, I wouldn't be terrified. You say, go, I'll be up those stairs before you could say, I'm all right, Jack Robinson. What? Oh, no, don't be silly.
You said you'd be up there in a shot.
Oh, that was a hypothetical, Jack Robinson. No, there's Elizabeth and Tony. No, Joan, please, Joan. Oh, it's my sherry, look. Joan, really, I do think, I do think we ought to, once again, in your Jubilee year, too. No. Oh. So you haven't got buttons on this dress, or sort of,
A zip?
Yes, sort of zip,
It's much easier to undo.
Yes, I imagine it is, yes.
Well, have a go.
Oh, yes, sorry. No, I haven't got... British zips are pretty good, and I haven't got any zips. I've got buttons, really, more than...
Oh, no! Lightning never strikes in the same place twice.
Oh, it has. Oh, God damn it, Johnny. Oh, damn. It seems to be the drain pipe's in the usual place, darling. Sorry. Morning, Reeves. Thank you.
Morning, Mr. Perrin.
Fed up with rail delays. Came by bike. 22 minutes late, slow puncture of Peckham. I slipped into Tony's office on the way.
Oh, good.
And I said, just coming to check your invoice manifests again, Tony. Feeling a bit tired, actually. Joan came round to my place last night. Rather a long time there.
And?
He seemed very jealous.
What did he say?
Great.
Yes. Well, maybe it would be more effective if you came round to my place this evening.
I came round to you? No, sir. Good heavens, it's bad enough you come into my house. I mean, if I went to your place, there'd be absolutely nothing at all to stop us. You know, I mean, 80s? If this doesn't make him jealous, nothing will. Perhaps I ought to give you a little kiss to make it more realistic. Oh, damn, who's that? Hello? Joan?
Oh, it's
Hello?
him! Oh, it's worked, Reggie, it's worked!
Oh, good. Oh, good, I am glad.
Quick, we're only 2 floors up, and there's a very solid drain pipe.
What?
It's nice to be home, having a quiet cup of tea.
Yes. Did you have a nice time in Amsterdam with CJ?
Quite nice, considering. How did you get on?
Fine, yes, I found one or two things to do, yes.
No, Reggie, now you're a success and contented and everything like that. I wasn't worried about leaving you on your own. I knew nothing would happen between you and Joan.
Yeah, of course not. And I wasn't worried about anything happening between you and CJ.
No, something would be more likely to happen between Jack the Ripper and Anita Harris.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. You know, something rather nice happened while you were away, darling. Yes, Joan and Tony Webster have been reconciled. Yes, marvellous, isn't it? Yes, apparently she managed to find some way of making him jealous. I don't know what it was.
So everything's rosy in the garden?
Yes, I didn't get what I am today without knowing when everything's rosy and...
What?
I just used one of CJ's phrases. I'm not getting to be like him, am I?
No, Reggie, of course you're not.
God, I mean, I didn't get what I am today without getting to be like... Done it again. Oh, my God.
Oh, now, Reggie, don't sigh. You're supposed to be happy.
Yes, I am, aren't I? I mean, what does my happiness mean, darling? What does my success add up to? I mean, every morning I get up, get dressed, go downstairs, have breakfast, leave the house, go down Coleridge Close, turn right into Tennyson Avenue, left into Wordsworth Drive, catch the train, arrive 22 minutes late, walk to Perrin Products, go in, dictate letters, hold conferences, make decisions, have lunch, make decisions, hold conferences, dictate letters, leave the office, catch the train to Clinthorpe, arrive 22 minutes late, walk up Coleridge Close, right into Tennyson Avenue, left into Wordsworth Drive, go into the house I left that morning.
You aren't going to start behaving oddly again, are you?
No, of course, no, darling, no. I'm just a little tired, that's all, just a little tired.
Yes, of course you are. Well, don't forget, we're going to see Mother on Sunday.
Yes.